and starting. Hello and welcome to Hearth and Hammer. We are super excited to have a special episode this evening. Starting a bit late, totally my fault, but I'm injured, so I have an excuse. Not terribly. I just bum ankle, so I'm slow. But super glad to be here with you guys this evening. We are down one of our compatriots. Austin is not with us this evening. He was not feeling well. And so we decided to dive into episode 2 of Hearth and Hammer Adventures. That's right. We are going back to the Menagerie Coast, and it's going to be a blast. This time, DrHeals gets to come.
Hey.
So we're going to start with his character introduction in just a minute. But first, we're going to get into couple announcements. So, if you missed our last show, it should be up on YouTube and the podcast soon. Slowly getting those all caught up. Had a few technical difficulties, but together we're going to make it. You can also find all of our podcasts at anchor.fm/hearthandhammer with links to your favorite podcast app like Apple, Spotify, Google, all that stuff. Don't forget to catch the live show on Tuesdays at 9 p.m.-ish Central Standard Time at twitch.tv/hearthandhammer. And you can also follow along at twitch.tv/reborncrusader and twitch.tv/DrHeals. And sometimes when he streams, twitch.tv/AustinLCG. But he's not here, and he's not streaming tonight. And Heals, you're not streaming tonight either, are you?
I'm not, no.
Man.
I'm
so
all
he
here
is
today.
all in. We have his full undivided attention, and it's going to be glorious.
Indeed.
Also, don't forget, we use music and sound effects from Monument Studios. That's right, monumentstudios.net is the place to go for royalty-free, no DMCA issues for all your music and sound effect needs for your tabletop RPG stuff. They've got fantasy, they've got apocalyptic, they've got soon-to-be sci-fi. It's amazing. But they also have Fantasy Plus, their app, which is a soundboard and mixer all in one for the low price of $4.99 per month. Honestly, guys, I've seen it in action. You can't beat it. It's better than the competitors out there, and it's, I don't know, I love it. It's very clean and simple. It's awesome, and the people at Monument Studios are amazing. So, all right, last but not least, let's get into tonight's episode. You guys have anything else to say? Maybe. Oh, by the way,
We're in character, not yet.
yeah. Also, Noah will be joining us in a few minutes. So if you're watching the video or the video on demand, you will see that is not his profile picture there. So if you're just listening, you get you'll have to go check out the VOD because then you get to see the treat, which is pretty awesome. So anyway, let's go back. We're going to have a recap for mostly for Heals. But basically, we're going to imagine, if you will, the camera, the scene zooms in on the tropical coast of the Menagerie Coast, the coastal jungle that is there. And last time on Hearth and Hammer Adventures, the party started out getting ready for the shark hunting event that happens yearly on the island. And they were all there to be participants. So they were hanging out on the beach and waiting for the event to start. When out of the water, all of a sudden, warriors that looked like men, a combination of men and fish, crawled up onto the beach and started attacking people. This happened all up and down the beach, and in fact, the entire island was under siege. The party valiantly fought off their group in their immediate area, as well as some sharks that also attempted to take them out. However, once they were finished, they realized there was more going on, and the island that they were on began to rumble and slowly begin to sink into the depths of the sea. So the party went running across the island, found that the bridge to the mainland was destroyed, and so ran to the docks to find one remaining ship. And so they fought their way on board and were able to escape the dying island. But before that, we're going to rewind just a little bit, and we're going to meet our newest party member, who has not yet joined the party, but he is also on the island, and he is preparing for what looks to be a fine day on the island here. So 1 second, and we will get his description. He'll give your description, and also your name, and just tell everybody what you're doing on this fine day on the island, preparing for this competition that is about to take place.
Well, hello there. My name is Dox Tiku. I'm a small vineyard worker from down south, standing about 3 feet tall. I have bronze sun-baked skin and tattered leather hand-me-down armor. Standing beside my side is my best friend, Lulu. She's a teenage lioness. Oh, don't let her looks fool you. She's just a big teddy bear that would bite your face off. Anyway, I am out here on the docks today, setting up for my family's vineyard. I am a wine merchant by trade, with dreams of one day being much more.
Very good, very good. And Dox is setting up his stall for this competition. He's a regular merchant. His family comes down to the competition and sells their delicious wines to all of the contestants. And so he's here, and we will show off the map in a moment. But for the folks at home, let us know, out of character for a moment, what class are you?
I am a ranger.
Awesome. And as you said, you have a young lion,
Indeed.
and so
Lulu, she's quite sweet.
You are a beastmaster ranger. I keep wanting to say hunter because World of Warcraft.
Yeah, not
Sorry,
quite.
but so he is there. He's hanging out by, setting up his shop. And Dox, this year is a special year because it's the first year that you've been able to go by yourself and set up shop, that your family has entrusted you to be there and to sell more than you've ever sold before and do your family proud.
Nice.
They're all counting on you. So as you begin to set up there, it's early morning, sun shining, people are hanging out by the beach. There's not a whole lot going on because you do have people coming by inspecting some of the things that you're setting out, but it's not quite time to open yet. And you're unloading some crates and everything, and pretty soon you're almost set, but you've got about an hour before the festivities kick off, and so everyone is still relaxing. So as you finally sit down to relax, cleaning up your stall a little bit, hanging up like a nice pennant with your family's symbol on it. A cool breeze drifts across the island. Flora Island is the name. and sweet scent of flowers with the salty tang of the Lucidian Ocean. Well-tanned locals are out on the beach playing. You've seen a lot of competitors of all sorts of races and sizes and professions, some armed, some not armed, some showing off their martial skills on the beach, some hanging out, lounging around, waiting for things to begin. When out of the you don't hear any, or what you hear first, roll a perception check.
All right. 13.
Okay, so you hear it before you see anything. You start to hear screams coming from the beach. Now, this is a unusual occurrence. You've been traveling to the island for a long time, but you've never heard screams, like a lot of screams coming from the beach, and you start to feel some trembling and cracking in the island. Like you see sand shaking, below your booth here, and then all of a sudden you see. You hear what sounds like the waves, but they sound much bigger, like they're crashing against the beach. And as these screams start to get louder, you see beachgoers and villagers and competitors running in fear. And they are running past your cart. They're running past all the other booths that are set up in the square. They are paying no mind. Somebody falls and knocks over a crate of one of your family's wine. What do you say to them as they're running here?
Oh, please be careful. That's expensive wine. Would you like some? Next time, Lulu.
And so as they go, they're screaming and running, and you don't really see a whole lot for a little bit, and then all of a sudden, not close to you, but in different sections on island, you start to see these green-skinned, tall, fish-like people, humanoids, who are wielding tridents and spears and swords, and they are chasing these groups of people. You instinctually duck behind your stall here, and Lulu is asleep there. She's kind of like groggily, like, oh, what are all these people screaming for? But she really hasn't paid too much mind. And you see one of these giant warriors run by chasing a group of people, but he doesn't stop to look in your stall or anything. Pretty soon you see a few more people running by, and you're curious, what's going on? Do you try to reach out, or are you going to flee? What do you want to do?
How many of these giants can I see at the moment?
You saw one pass by chasing a bunch of screaming villagers and tourists. At the moment, you see a few more people running up the beach. Obviously, they're villagers and tourists. You don't see any others. You'd seen some in the distance running by, but you don't see any at the moment.
All right, so I don't see any other people attacking at this moment, or
no, you just see more people running from the beach, and they're running by your stall here, and they're like, "Ah, run!"
I would begin to ask people, "What's going on? What's wrong? Why are you running?"
Invaders from the ocean. They're coming. They must be angry about the competition, and terrible waves have hit the island, and it seems to be sinking.
Oh, that doesn't sound good at all. Lulu, let's go. And I grab Lulu and shake her awake and take off kind of running beside her with the crowd.
Do you try to grab anything from your, anything special from your
I'd say, like, as I go, I try to close up the chest so people don't steal anything if nothing else really bad's happening, but no, at this point we run.
Okay. Awesome. You probably have a few things on you already anyway. So
Yeah,
you
I would
start.
have kind of my self-defense tools, my brother.
Sure. Yeah. So, yeah, you make sure you have your personal effects. You shut and lock the family chest with some of the more expensive wines and your family's other effects in there, and you take off running. Okay. So first you head. Where do you head? Do you head probably towards the dock or towards the bridge?
Yeah,
I would
at this
assume.
point, I kind of run with the crowd.
Okay. So you're running with the crowd. You see as you're running, you see a large warrior come lumbering out of the trees to the right. But before you can do anything, two of the competitors rush at him and attack him. They don't have a lot, but they've just got harpoons, and they just rush at him and attack him and kind of go into this brawl as you're running by. You make it to the bridge, and the bridge is sitting there swaying with so many people on it, and there's the majority of them are making it across, but there's a few stragglers still on the bridge as you see two of the big warriors running up in front of you, chasing this group, and they start to cut the lines to the bridge. You're probably 100 feet away at this point. Do you continue forward, or do you look for another way out?
Okay, if I see them cutting the lines, I'm probably going to step in and try to do something about that.
Okay. Now, roll an intelligence check.
Be an 8.
Okay. So, yeah, you're not sure. You think that might be the best option, but you don't know if you can get there in time. So you start booking it towards the bridge, and you get about halfway there when the first rope snaps. The second warrior is standing there, and he continues cutting with this jagged-looking knife. The first one, who has already cut his side, he says something in some weird language, and you see him just jump off the edge, like he's diving into the water. The second
I
one
draw
keeps
my
cutting.
bow and fire at the one who's still shooting.
Okay, that's still sawing. All right, roll for an attack.
All right, just do it in there. Be a 19 to hit.
Okay, yeah, that hits.
And I do a whopping 4 damage. I was mainly going for a distraction.
Okay, so you definitely hit him, and he it hits him, but it kind of still just glances off some of the armor. You don't see it stick into like his shoulder or anything. And he stops and he looks at you, and he turns around and he goes snap, and he snaps the last part of the bridge. And then he turns to look at you. There's you, and there's about 3 to 5 other people with you. And at this point, they all kind of turn and start running in a easterly direction. Do you stand by yourself against this warrior, or do you continue on?
No. Well, I take off with the other people.
Okay, all right.
It's too late. It's a great idea. And I follow.
Okay, perfect. So you keep running, and you eventually come to the docks on the eastern side of the island. There you see 2 boats full of tourists that are pushing off, and one one sloop-looking kind of ship still there, starting to get underway. But there's a couple of the warriors who have just climbed up on board, and they're about to attack. This looks like it may be the last way off the island. The people that are with you are there. There's a with the group that you're with is a young priest who stands there with you, and he says, "Well, this looks like it might be the last chance. We've got to take that ship."
Yes, we do. And I think we can still make it.
Agreed. It looks like your companion here might be a little more suited to charging in than myself or yourself. Shall we let her lead the charge?
She can handle herself. Yes, let's, Lulu, attack the bad people. don't attack the innocent people. She's still
Okay.
nervous.
So Lulu looks at you and says, and she like looks up and then sees the warrior and is like, and she leaps across the dock onto the ship and bowls into the first warrior that she comes into.
As she does that, I'll raise up my bow to take a shot at the other one.
Okay, so you're down on the dock just a little bit. It's not too far below the ship, but it's a slight incline up the gangplank to get on the ship. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
It'd be a 26 to hit.
Oh, that hits.
Wildly accurate. I just don't do a whole lot with it. 5 damage.
Okay, no, that's great. So you do 5 points of damage as your companion jumps up and, like I said, leaps to the enemy. And as she attacks, right as you're getting ready to, or right as you shoot, firing your arrow through and hitting this creature in the back, as it's also dueling with one of the sailors on board. Lulu runs up and, seeing the distraction of the creature. Let's see. She used her running leap to get onto the ship, and then she is going to attack with a bite attack. Which actually, sorry, you need to roll. That's your companion. So used to controlling NPCs. Do you have the stats pulled up?
No. How do I do that?
Okay, so it's just going to be +5 to hit.
Okay.
You can pull up the stats for the lion.
Oh, gotcha. All right.
Yeah.
That'd be an 8 to hit.
With the +5?
Yeah. It was a real bad roll.
Oh, hold on. She has advantage because there is a sailor fighting this creature, and she does have pack tactics.
Okay. Excellent. I'll roll it on there. That was worse. That was a 6.
With the +5.
With a +5, it was a 1. It was a nat 1.
Okay. So she reaches up and she's still young, but she's like, arr, arr, and she tries to bite, and she, instead of biting the leg, which is what she goes for, she ends up getting the back of the haft of the spear that this warrior is holding, and so he like goes to actually hit the person in front of him, but it's caught because his lion has hold of the spear instead of biting him. Okay. You see, as that happens, the sailor that's fighting him, engaged with him, swings a curved sword blade down and gets a good cut across this creature, and he kind of reels back and staggers for a second. Then the creature reaches out and punches the sailor. It's your turn again. Go ahead and roll for an attack.
All right. Well, the one who Lulu has hold of the spear, I'm going to go and take a shot at him.
Perfect. With advantage.
It'd be all right. 10 to hit for the first roll. 13.
Okay. Yeah, that hits. Second. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Okay. 9 points of damage.
Okay. So yeah, you hit, and at this point, this creature takes it right in the middle of the back, and you see him kind of stagger. And at the last second, roll for Lulu. One more attack.
That'd be 13.
Okay, so that she lets go of the spear and clamps down on this warrior's the back of his leg, and he reels it, and he falls off the edge as Lulu lets go, never not to be seen from again. With that, your way is unblocked, and you rush up onto the ship as you get there. And the priest next to you, the cleric, says, "Don't worry. Go ahead and get on. I'm going to wait for any more stragglers to come."
Oh, yes, thank you, sir. And to Lulu, I scratch her ear and I say, good job, girl.
Okay. So for you, that combat comes to a close, and you board the ship, and they are slowly, like, there's one more warrior who's being dealt with, and they slay him and push him over the edge. So you are now aboard this vessel. And as you're waiting, there's a few more, people, stragglers that keep coming in, and pretty soon you see what looks like a rather large bird who flies over and kind of does this lazy circle. You swear it's an armed creature. There's clothes and everything. It's more than a bird. It's some sort of man bird, if you will. Roll intelligence, see if you know what it is.
All right. 9.
You have no idea what it is.
I have no idea.
But it circles around and then makes some sort of motion, and pretty soon you see this party of other competitors coming out of the jungle area, running towards the ship, and you see the cleric who was waiting for them stop and give a few of them a heal, and then they rush aboard. What you see is this rabbit-like person, for lack of a better term, this rabbit folk, walking upright on 2 legs, armored with leathers and carrying weapons out, covered in blood. It's a horrendous sight, really. But he's, seems to have a friendly face, as far as you can tell. You then see... I'm glad he's in chat for this, by the way.
That's what starts it off right there. That's the first picture of us he gets.
That's the first picture. Mm-hmm. Is this rabbit folk covered in... I mean, like, the ears are the least covered, but everything else is pretty much just,
Should be noted, as this happens, I kind of scoot in closer to Lulu, and we're just huddling together at this scene that's happening in front of us.
That's right. You also see these 2 they look close enough alike that they could be brothers, but you're not really sure. You're not very familiar with their race. Roll another intelligence check.
This is not working out.
That's a 4.
I was gonna say I'm watching his
you
rolls.
have no idea what.
That's how I roll. I'm going
race.
back and forth to figure out which one's working for me. Neither at the moment.
But they are very exotic looking. And you know what? I don't even know, honestly, if you guys described Reborn. What does your character look like again?
So I am short in build, kind of thin framed. I have long flowing robes coming from me, and I wield a birch staff. My skin is a very dark hue of red. My hair is jet black.
Perfect. So you see 2 of them. And since Noah is not here yet, but Noah and Reborn's characters run up, and they look like they've come from battle, but like I said, that they're very exotic with their dark red skin. You're not sure what what race they are, but they come up, look, and like I said, one of them gets healed, and then you see the bird creature that had been flying overhead land next to them, and then kind of like hop glide over to the ship, and so there they are. They are on the ship, and they're the last to get on with the cleric, and they push off, and you all have escaped. And as you escape, you turn and you look and you see the island has been sinking and sinking, and the water is now up to the bottom of the trees, and it's starting to rise, and you just watch as you drift away. It starts to go to the top of the trees, and you slowly lose sight of the island entirely.
My parents are going to kill me. There was so much expensive wine on there back at the shop.
As you all join the ship here, you see several people. You see the cleric that helped you out, and then you see this young lion or lioness, and next to it stands this short fellow who let's see, one of you roll a intelligence check.
Oh, I can do that all day. That's my jam. 16 plus 4, 20.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
Yeah, absolutely. So you see before you a young kobold, but it is bronze skin color, looks like a bronze dragon, but in miniature form. Like I said, it's a young kobold. It's dressed in some nice leathers, worn but good shape, and has a looks kind of dressed like a merchant a little bit. Has some bags slung over it, its shoulder, and is sitting there petting this lion next to it, this young lion. So. Y'all just stand at each other? Yeah, probably.
Hi, friends.
Hello.
Y'all look like y'all have had a heck of a time.
You can say that.
I did. So, what brings you to the area? Do you like wine?
The competition, obviously.
Oh. Competitor, I take it?
No. I was just watching. I don't compete in tournaments of strength. It's disgusting.
Me either, clearly. I was here selling wine. My family's wine from Tiku Taverns.
So you're someone's servant?
No, I'm a vineyard worker. We own the vineyard though, so
a worker.
So while he's explaining so much that he's talking about wine and everything, I'd like to check his pockets.
Roll a dexterity check with disadvantage.
Just regular. Okay. Well, that's gonna be probably what that one is. Yeah. So 7.
You look like you're going to check, and this young kobold may not see, but you see the lion go and give a growl at you.
Your cat is interesting. Your cat is interesting. Where did it come from?
Interesting story, really. We get some interesting characters around our vineyard. Some poachers came by several years ago and had this young cub. I traded 10 crates of my family's finest wine to save her, and we've been best of friends ever since.
10 crates.
Yes. Mama and Papa were quite upset.
That's a very large sum of money for such a small animal.
Yes, she was quite smaller then as well. She's grown a lot since then.
Well,
soon I believe I can ride her.
I guess if we're traveling on
doesn't like that idea.
We should probably know who the people we are traveling on the boat with.
I'm Dox. Hi.
Little chatty for my taste.
You see the brother of this magic user before you, who is much larger and kind of bulkier, but he clearly is someone who competes in feats of strength, and he says, "Oh, come now."
Hi.
This is my brother.
What is your name?
I am Exium. His name
Okay.
is Xylon. We are brothers. We hail from a very different place, obviously, from where you come from. But this guy at birth got all the strength, and I got all the brains.
Oh,
He says,
so I take it you
"Not all
compete.
the brains, brother.
Most of the brains.
A
Anyway,
penchant for magic, at least."
there were two others that we were fighting with. I saw a rabbit cutting himself, and
The rabbit.
then there was a bird flying around shooting arrows all over the place. It was marvelous to watch. Marvelous. I'd love
I've
to.
seen the bird
I'd
and the
love.
rabbit.
Where did that bird go? I would love
rabbit was
to
disturbing.
find its feathers.
I love that you have no idea where I am when I've just, walked up behind this guy that you're talking to.
It's
This bird.
because his
Is this the
nose
bird you
is
speak
up
of?
like this.
Yeah.
I don't even know if you've seen
Is
me
he
yet.
bigger than me? What's the size
I would
of
love.
everyone
I would
here?
love just to check just to check the bird and see. I'd love to inspect him.
You're going to inspect the bird. This is something y'all do often.
And before you do see now another exotic looking race. It's not a bird now, you can see. It is more humanoid than a bird. It's not something where the wings are the arms. It does have the wings behind it, but it does have hands as well. Colin, what are you doing?
I've like walked up beside him. I'm like trying to rummage through his pockets, and the thing is growled at me while this question's asked. He turns to look at me. I'm like,
Oh, I'm sorry. My name's Robin. Just here,
Hello,
just
Robin.
hanging out. Don't worry about me. Nothing going on.
and I start to just kind of trail away for a second while I'm my eyes are kind of darting back between the rabbit and this new lion thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the
Alright.
rabbit.
This is an interesting group.
Yes.
I wouldn't call us a group. We just circumstances brought us together to
Are you an adventuring party?
take care
Suppose
of.
you could say. I suppose you could say we all ended up in the same boat. Is all.
Oh Lord, he has a horrible sense of humor as well.
I see what you did there.
Oh,
You see
Brother.
you see the rabbit folk hop around from behind the two tall fiery brothers and say,
Oh, well, look.
"Yes, I am Brutus Maximus,
Oh, Lord Brutus.
and I must rest." And he sits
Did you-
down and immediately falls asleep.
I just walk over and I start like inspecting him and checking him out and pulling on his little leg and stuff, just trying
yeah.
to see how he.
As
don't
you
think
as
he
you
would
go
like that.
as you go over to him
I
to
don't-
do this, he
He's bloody.
he looks like he's fallen like almost immediately to sleep, but he does reach out and go psh, and like open his eyes and slap your hand and say, "Don't touch the ears."
I wouldn't dream of touching the ears.
And then he says, and then and then as he says it a second time, he goes, "Seriously, don't touch the ears."
oh
And
no,
his
no, no,
his
no,
voice
no,
gets
no.
a little deeper, and you see kind of like a
Lulu and
reddish
I back
glow.
up.
I get a book out and I just start taking notes on what I'm noticing about him. Just kind of. Oh, interesting.
So he leans back against a barrel on the ship and just kind of goes and just like falls asleep. Like, I mean, he was almost eaten, so he's taking a
Oh, my.
taking a rest.
He's lucky I helped him out of that. He would have been cooked for the shark if I hadn't known he was on our side.
So
So, what do we do now?
So where are we heading? That's my question.
I really must write a letter back to my parents.
brother, keep an eye on this strange folk. The dragon slave boy and his pet, and the bird and the rabbit. I think is
roll an intelligence check. Or I guess you already did. So you do know it's a kobold.
Oh yeah, obviously.
So
I'm basing that purely off of that his race is known to be in servitude to greater creatures.
Okay.
We own our own vineyard. The land was given to us.
You say that, yeah. Probably by whoever your master is. Let me go out find out from the captain where this vessel is going.
Okay. So you are riding on this as let's see. Robin, you did notice as you landed on the ship that it was called the Wavechaser.
The Wavechaser.
And as you are riding on away from Flora Isle and the rest of Palma Flora, that's growing smaller on the horizon, it cuts through the choppy waters. Several refugees from the village are huddled on deck while the crew tends to the vessel. You approach. Are you going looking for someone?
I'm going to look for
Exim?
whoever's steering the boat.
Okay.
Whoever's looks like they're in charge and is the captain. I just want to find out where the vessel's heading, where we plan on making landfall again.
Okay. So you see, you do see, as you are on board here, what looks like the captain sitting up where the on the upper deck. And what you see is a tabaxi female, so very feline, has some light spots around, like on the sides of her temples and such. But she is has this kind of like swept captain's hat, and you see 3 earrings going up one of her ears. She's standing up there, barking orders at a couple of the people, a couple of the sailors.
Miss, ma'am,
That's captain to you.
I absolutely. I think there's a kobold around the corner that has one of your family members trapped. But where is this vessel going at the moment?
So you see her give you kind of a like quizzical glance, not necessarily paying you much mind, but you see. She says, "Let's see." As you look at her there, like I said, she has the 3 earrings there, and
Jotting notes down while she
yes.
Would it be too much?
So she says,
of your hair.
She says it would be too much. Yes.
Oh, forget I asked. But where did you say the boat was heading to?
First, let me finish getting the crew underway, and then we can speak in my cabin.
Absolutely. And where's your cabin at? I'm new to the old seafaring attire.
It is below here in the aft part of the ship.
Very well.
You see before you. There's an owlbear if you like.
Where'd you put it at?
I haven't put it anywhere yet, unfortunately.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, that does, doesn't it? Let's see. Here we go. All right, that's in session chat.
Owlbear. Who doesn't love a good owlbear? Yeah, let's do Okay.
Okay. So you it is linked there for you. And you see before you
I think
a
it's
ship.
loading something in.
And we are not in combat, but I just figured you could see the ship here.
Absolutely. I'm guessing the one to the left, she's probably up there near the wheel.
Yes, she's up there on
barking
the
orders.
wheel. Barking
So
orders.
directly below where she's
And
at
so,
right now is where I would
yes,
be.
she said directly below. There's the little doorway
Captain's quarters.
actually. So
Gotcha.
so she sends you to wait in her quarters there, and so you walk
There you
in.
go.
You do see a table there with enough seating for all of you, as well as a little desk that is looks to be locked up at the moment.
At the moment, he says.
I sit down wherever my brother sits down. I sit down very near to him and kind of slide the chair closer to his than the other chairs.
I'm sorry, say it again.
Is that wherever my brother sits, I sit very close to him in the chair next to him, but I slide that chair close to his chair, like almost nuzzled up against his chair, as opposed to being anywhere near the other chairs.
So he has to duck a little bit to kind of get in, but he goes and he sits in the chair farthest, kind of against the wall from the back corner, kind of over here, if you're looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
So the two of you are there.
Are there
So
any
yes.
other people on the ship other than like
There are.
general crew?
There's some refugees that were there, probably half a dozen or so that made it onto the ship. Probably more than that. Probably close to a dozen who have escaped and are kind of huddled onto the ship at different points. Some are up in the most are there in the middle section where they're not in the way of the crew as they are going about getting everything squared away. Some of them are sent below to, make room, and so most of the refugees are actually sent below there as you are invited to the captain's cabin. They are sent below. So you all are definitely the most armed of the lot. So
Of course we are.
yeah. So the island refugees have created makeshift shelters from the sun on the deck, and those that haven't, like I said, have gone below. Those you saved during the raid, some of them are there, as well as a handful of others who managed to reach the ship before it left the dock. Let's see. So, soon after you enter into the cabin, the Tabaxi captain whirls in and goes over to this large table that with the map pinned to the surface of it. You see a half a dozen knives and daggers, like pointing. Several golden rings glisten on her paws as she begins tracing potential paths through the ocean. She glances up at you as, even though you came in first, she kind of comes in to check all of her stuff and then finally takes notice of you. She has emerald green eyes, and she has kind of a sharp, toothy smile that seems cheerful enough, but is a little unsettling. Ah, welcome. You are the heroes from the pretty village, yes?
Yes.
Welcome aboard the
What
Wavechaser.
happened?
We have much to discuss about the sinking isle, and the treasure that we can find there if we return.
Treasure, you say?
I'm not here to hunt for treasure.
Well, you're not, but some of us might be.
She looks at you and says, "Well, you all came seeking treasure of some sort, whether treasure by knowledge or treasure by collecting winning the competition for the shark hunt."
I was here to sell wine. Doggone it.
Excellent. So you came
This is
seeking
the mini
the
dragon
treasure
I was
of-
telling you about.
So you came seeking treasure of profitability. My friend, I think
My
we
mom
can.
told me to.
I'm sorry to say that if you brought anything with you, your stock is probably at the bottom of the ocean by now.
It is, yes.
But what if I told you that there's a chance you could recover your stock and maybe make a little profit for your family in the meantime?
Like an adventure.
It would absolutely be an adventure.
I'm in.
You can, like, she says it and with genuine seems genuine about everything, but she's definitely kind of purring as she kind of lets out that last of her words there. She says, "Well, I
always
have
wanted to go on an adventure.
well, now today is your lucky day." So she says, "Let me see." She looks over the group and says, "So you all fought some of the invaders, correct?"
Those water mongrels came out of nowhere.
They did, Bird. You're right. I'm sorry,
Yes.
Bird. What was your name?
Robin.
Robin.
Name's Robin.
And
Pretty
and
name.
the
And you would roll an intelligence check.
me?
Yes.
No. Nat 20.
Awesome. Your brother as well rolled, and he looks at you and he says, "Come on, brother. This is an Aarakocra, not just a bird."
I know what it
Or what?
is, brother, but he's still a marvelous bird specimen. I can
Right.
look at humans all day.
I appreciate that, I think.
I love
Not
those
sure.
feathers. They're so
Roll an
dark.
insight
I think
check,
I would.
Robin. Roll an insight
so-
check to see if he's genuinely finds you fascinating, or if he's
They're so dark.
Dirty 20.
okay. Reborn. Are you
Oh,
genuine?
yeah,
or
yeah.
you-
I'm
he li-
genuinely interested just because it's his exotic coloration, the darkness of his feathers. And
Yes. Okay.
Can I
Um,
just pluck a couple of those?
I'd
Robin?
prefer if you didn't. Don't touch me.
Very well, very well. If you happen to lose one or two, just let me know.
We'll see what happens then. Molting season is not in season right now.
I may have to stick around you for a little bit longer then.
Okay.
Is this normal conversation?
I'm sorry, what did you say your name was there, slave?
Docs. Docs. I'm not a slave.
Okay. It's okay. Don't get offended.
Very.
So you
Has anyone woke the rabbit up?
No.
he
I'm
you,
afraid
you
of
the door like swings open like it was kicked, and says, and you see you don't see what comes in. You just see like these ears kind of from behind the
Bouncing
table,
across the table.
and it just walks in, and then you see it like
Ah.
hop up onto the chair, and
a Brutus, wasn't it?
Yes, it is Brutus Maximus, and you better not forget it. And so you see him, and you can see he's like cleaned himself off a little bit. There's most of the blood is been
Still got parts
cleaned off.
matted.
He's
in his
still
fur.
got a little bit here and there, but yeah, he cleaned up a little bit. He says, "I was told the captain wanted to see us." And she says, "Yes. Thank you for coming. I heard you were part of the adventuring party as well, and I was just informing our friends that we have a a certain
Use that term loosely. I don't know if we're friends,
well,
acquaintances.
if you are not enemies, then you are friends. She says, but I
Are we
digress.
friends?
Oh Lord.
Your
Have
You
brother,
just got here, little one.
your
No, I
brother,
don't know
if he
Exian,
comes, if he comes near me, crush him.
your brother
She
looks
said
up and
we're
then
friends.
says, well, soon we could be. And you see
You've always been the kind-hearted one.
I like this one.
Brutus
The other one
looks
not so
over
much.
Brutus looks over at you, Dox, and says, "Hey, we could be friends. We're both shorter than these people, after all."
Indeed.
As long as you keep them off of me so I
can
can
ride
throw
Lulu
my
with me.
spells, I think you could be useful to me.
The captain says, "Well, now that that is established, as I was saying, you all came seeking treasure of some form or another, whether be it information or the thrill of the hunt, or the ultimate prize for the hunt, or," and she can indicate to you, Doc, says, the treasure of profitability," and she looks at you, Robin, with a keen eye, and says, "or just treasure," and says, "Here we have an opportunity to find all of that and more."
You did speak of knowledge. What knowledge could I be gained by going on this treasure hunt?
Aye, well, there's a fair bit of knowledge to find out that many would pay for, or those just seeking it for their own personal gain. As, for example, why did the island sink? I know there are many who would like to know that. And as you think about it, you're like, yeah, why did the island sink? I mean, that's a very unusual
That doesn't
thing.
normally happen.
Keen observer there.
So she says, well, as you are some of those who bested the Sahagin, which are the fish people who did attack, I do have, we do need to come up with a plan. So I've got much thinking to do, but I would tell you that what we need is a way to get down to the island in its current state and assess what is still there. As you begin to kind of hash out thoughts and ideas for part of this, let's see. I need 2 people to roll a check. Who wants to do it?
I'll do one.
Okay. And Colin, you do the other? Okay, perfect. So you roll a insight check.
Oh boy.
Be 18.
This
This
is
is a natural
literally what I
20
built
for
this.
me, 21 overall.
Okay.
This
All
is
right,
literally
so-
what I built this character for.
So you you notice that as she answers your questions, as she makes suggestions, as she is talking to you all, you notice that she is ever so subtly telling you what you want to hear, giving you reason for going on this adventure, and not in a way that she's lying to you, but you do realize that she is definitely leading you to try to basically, assist her with this adventure. So,
I'm in. Dox does not care.
If there's anything that I can take, of course, if there's treasure involved, I'm going to be involved.
okay. Did you want to roll with an insight check as well?
Me?
Yeah.
No. No,
Okay.
I'm fine.
Okay. So what's your passive perception?
Perception or insight?
Or do you have passive insight? What's that?
14.
So I mean, she's been saying all the right things. She's given you some really good reasons to want to know why the island sank, to know why these creatures attacked in the first place, and know how. How did they make the island sink? It's really, really irritating you that you don't know this. So yeah. Your brother stands there, and he's also excited about the prospect of fighting more of these creatures.
Yeah, I'm just shaking my head at him because he's getting all giddy, and I'm just knowing that I'm going to go wherever he goes. And
Yeah. So she asks them, or she asks you then again. She says, yes. So, I appreciate initiative, and you all clearly have it, as well as a knack for finding things and surviving. So,
I have a 0 in initiative.
well,
I
not
don't know
that
who
kind
you're
of
talking to.
initiative.
But could we? Are we going to have enough time to maybe take a rest before we get to where we may be looking into this island? I could definitely use a rest before we get into anything else.
Okay, so as you continue talking, she gives you a little more
Oops.
insight. She says, "You seem like worthy adventurers, so I'll let you in on a little secret. I have a network of contacts that have been keeping watch, and I believe they know at least a partial reason for the sinking of the island. It appears that the island was dragged into the ocean by the earthquake, into the Shark Feather Abyss. It's a nearby trench that is home to a clan of shark-herding humanoids known as the Sahagin.
Sahagin.
Sahuagin. The Shark Feather Sahagin and the people of this region have been at odds for generations, since Flora hosts an annual shark hunting festival. It would be akin to poaching, if you will. But there is recently been a rumor that a young Sahagin took charge of the Shark Feather clan and has unusual powers.
Unusual powers.
Only assume that either these powers or maybe some tool of these powers which she uses has given her incredible magical abilities.
We don't magical abilities, huh?
Yes. We don't know exactly how this young Sahagin managed to cause the earthquake, especially when powerful enough to drag an entire island under the waves.
Ah, yes, yes.
But finding a way to get below and maybe secure the tool of her power, it could prevent more chaos. And I'm
magical item.
Sure that it could be used by one of
some?
you or be sold for a pretty penny. So, I'll offer you this. I will split the treasure that we are able to recover. She looks at you, Dox, and says, minus your family's holdings, of course. Anything else that we find, we will split 3 ways. We will split a third will go to myself and my ship's upkeep, a third to the crew, and then a third to yourselves. In total, if you help us retrieve whatever magical means this person, this leader of theirs has, I will throw in an extra 500 gold.
500 gold. I'm looking for whatever magical item these people have, but my brother seems to be very stoked on getting some gold for whatever means he wants to do with it. It could just help further my research.
500 GP. Goodness gracious. Birds of a feather, my feathers. I'm in.
I believe my brother has is become more chatty all of a sudden. He's
Oh, yes. Well, let's see here. He says, "Oh, yes. Yes, I believe I'm in."
very well, very well. If he's in, I'm in.
If they're in, I'm in.
You see the rabbit.
We are
folk
not
says-
associated with the slave.
And she's-
Yes, you are.
She
She said we're friends.
she looks at you and says, "Oh, but now come now. As Fire Genasi, there is a rich history of your own race being subjugated to denizens of the fire plane. Surely you can understand the freedoms enjoyed by one such as this person." And she points to
I'm
Dox.
not a slave.
Says, "I believe you, good sir."
Thank you.
I'm just tossing around a little ball of fire, just tossing it out and catching it.
She says, I would appreciate if you not do that on a ship.
Worry
Made of wood.
not, it wouldn't touch any of your wood. I have complete control over it, and I just extinguish it.
Very well. Don't do it again. So she says, "Okay, well, first we will get to a port and get some supplies before we sail to the Shark Feather
Supplies,
Abyss."
Yes. How far out is this port?
Oh, not too far. Just a day or so's travel.
Perfect. Brother, I'm feeling very weary after our fight. I would love to take a nap and just kind of go over some of my notes about these exquisite creatures we found and just rest my eyes for a little bit.
Okay. So she says, "Well, now we have 3 different options to choose from." And she points to the map, and she says, "We have this tiny island here, the Besaft Isle. It has a small port, and we may be able to find what we need there. Also, there is this island here." And she points to the one that says Broken Bank on it. It says, "This village is a small settlement, recognized by the Clovis Concord, but is nonetheless not unused to trade ships. There is also an apothecary there that we could maybe look in on. And then there's the largest city in the region, Port de Mali. This city is quite large, and we would not want to spend too much time there. But I do have some connections that we could help obtain a number of items that would help us, if we so choose. Otherwise, we will probably be able to find what we need in one of these 3 places." She says, "As partnering adventurers in this endeavor, does anyone have a preference?"
Noah's waiting to be let in. He may have a preference of his own.
I was gonna say he wasn't there a minute ago.
Now you got to drop the
Y'all.
sweet puppy dogs out.
Yep.
There we go. Hey, it
bad.
worked perfect.
Yep.
Sorry I'm late, but it was for a pretty awesome reason.
Well, no problem.
you've-
No problem.
You've been here the whole time, brother.
You have, it's true. Okay, so with that, actually, we begin to go over the planning for which port we're going to drop off at. And with that, we will take a break because it is 10:30. So
All right.
Works.
And we'll get Noah caught up to speed here. So
Oh, I don't have to do anything.
you don't.
I just get to sit here. Okay, cool.
Y'all, we had
All right, and we are back. Thank you for joining us on a quick break. But returning, we have Noah. Noah, how's it going?
Was it good?
Good. Glad you could make it. We're still sad that Austin is not feeling well, but he's here with us in spirit
Chat.
and maybe in chat. So I don't know if he's in chat at the moment, but he was. Also, quick shout out to Mrs. Reborn, the super mod. Yeah,
Mhm.
she's amazing. We also have Yoshi in chat. Thank you, Yoshi, for being there. And then all of we've got Vesuvio's. It looks like Vesuvius, but it's Vesuvio's, I guess. It is not a. It is kind of a new. If you're still here, it's kind of a new campaign. But it's basically a side campaign when we have someone who is out sick or out with family matters or whatever else. So
I can
just
play
joining.
something that blows something up.
Yeah, and we thought it'd be fun. Like give the people a side quest. So it's gonna be all good though. So all right, well let's get back into it, shall we?
Exium is not gonna like Thurden if he ever meets him. I've had that feeling.
Exium seems like he has his nose up in the air about most people. So
Yes. Other than his brother.
yes. So, but it's all good. It's all good. Okay, so we are coming back to it.
I'll roll some dice.
We zoom in on the ship as it heads to port. You all have been given the options of different ports, and which does anybody have any preference to the port that you all had?
I'm going with my friends.
Jeez. I think this one has the same intelligence you do, brother.
It was Besaft Isle. Has a small port. And then Broken Bank, which is a village off the coast. It's a settlement that is part of the Clovis Concord, but it has foreign ships that stop there and everything. And then there's the large port city of Port Damali. So
I would say for expeditious reasons, I wouldn't want to go to the big one, just because I think we would end up getting sidetracked very easily there.
okay. So then that leaves the small island with a port.
I'm down to go like the medium-sized one. You said it had an apothecary, right?
Yep, there's an apothecary there.
I'm down for that one. But obviously, my brother wants to smash heads with these people, and the slave crocodile over there just wants to go with his friends. So
I like having friends.
So
I think that Kabold is.
So she says, "Well, we'll take it by lots." So, all those in favor of Besaft Isle. All those in. That's a small island.
Okay, we're going small, medium, large. Okay.
All those in favor of Broken Bank Village.
That's the middle one, right?
I think that suits.
Very well. We will
Alright,
make for Broken Bank Village.
Are you raising your hand for every one of them?
The Kobold is over in the corner like, oh, yes, that sounds interesting.
That sounds
Ooh,
great.
Yes, that
I
sounds
love it.
interesting.
How many votes do I get?
I want all of them. Can we take turns?
Not this day.
All right. Maybe next
but
time then.
Perhaps. So she says, very well, I will set the crew underway and be right back. So she leaves the cabin and goes, and you hear her shout orders heading for Broken Bank, and you hear the crew scurry about, setting the sail and heading off in that direction. She returns a few moments later and says, well, I thank you for your bravery, and as you will be joining in the adventure, I will offer you use of the somewhat cramped but comfortable spare cabin as sleeping quarters, unless you prefer to sleep on the deck.
No. Brother, let's...
Lulu and I'll sleep anywhere.
Oh.
With the exception of rain, I think I prefer the crow's nest.
It is at your service. I only ask that if it does need to be used, that you do allow my crew to take a look.
Absolutely. We're not going to get anywhere if the sailors can't sail.
A fine perspective. Okay. So you head out to outside to the crow's nest, and then the rest of you bunk down in the cabin. Okay. Let's see.
I kind of walk in like right before Jeff's character, and I just shut the door behind me in his
My
face.
name's
kinda.
Docs.
Yeah, Docs. Yeah, the slave. I just shut the door in his face.
Oh, you must not have seen me.
As he opens it, oh, the help is down the hall.
Again, I'm not a slave.
You see next to him the lion, who is probably weighs almost as much as you do, Exium. Kind of gives you a growl, and you see a little bit keener intelligence in her eyes than you might have given her initial credit for.
I just flip a little flame through my fingers. I would eat roasted kitty.
She doesn't seem to back down.
Lulu.
And then just like
It's
that,
okay.
snuff it out again. I just go sit over next to my brother again, just kind of nestled up to where if anything comes in, he can take the brunt of it.
So you see as you let them in, excuse me, Docs, do you and Lulu kind of go over to a corner and curl up together?
Yeah.
Yeah. As I say, she's big enough. She's pretty much like, just a comfy
Wraps around his whole body.
just exactly. He's only 3 feet tall.
Yeah, I imagine we're close to the same height.
Yeah.
I'm the, wait. I'm the short one in the other,
Yes.
campaign. And outside my brother, I'm the tall one.
Yep. You see Brutus kind of eye the cat a little suspiciously, but it's to this point paid him no mind, I assume. And so he kind of goes over to the opposite corner and kind of pulls his cloak about him there and curls up in a little ball. You see like just the ears and like the little tail kind of fluff out behind. Somehow it still sticks out from his armor, So he's not here to dispute it, so it's canon.
He's gonna have choice words for you.
That's okay.
In between.
Like he's gonna argue.
So I guess we're taking a long rest here. We're just resting up until we
yeah. So you all bed down for the night. You hear the crew go about finishing up their tasks as it goes into night. And you see the captain leave to go to her quarters, and then you all go to sleep. Anything else? Did you want to do anything else?
Nope. No, I'm going to sleep.
Yep. We're already asleep.
Okay. So you guys are passed out, obviously. Let's see. Mm-hmm. Okay, sorry, I need to look up something. 1 second. Okay. yeah, so seagulls squawk and chase behind the ship as the Wavechaser sails onto your next port of call. Night settles around you, and the crew, guided only by the light of the stars, continues on their way. So you all decided to move on. So as you are sleeping, Robin, roll a
Yes.
perception check.
Excellent. I actually have, well, okay, it's at least +3 now. 9.
Okay. So you make it up to the crow's nest, and you kind of, get down and kind of make yourself comfortable. Obviously being a little more comfortable in heights than most people. But you're just dozing off to sleep when you hear a quiet voice say, "Hey, you, Aarakocra."
What?
And you see one of the crew there, peering over the edge of the crow's nest. And he says, "Hey, Captain Three Earrings wants to talk to you."
Is this, have they like come up the ladder or were they up there already?
Yeah, they crawled up and to get you.
Okay, fine, whatever.
And I get up and I'm just gonna like fly down.
Sure, and easy enough to do. She is in her quarters as you enter in there. And she says to you, "I see you are a being of opportunity, yes?"
I suppose so.
And it's just the two of you at this point. "Well, I am a being of opportunity. And while I am as of yet uncertain of your compatriots, I did spy some of your exploits earlier on the island, and then as well some attempts at exploring here on the ship. So I have a proposition for you.
I'm listening.
The Wavechaser, while she is a hearty vessel and is not yet quite known among these waters, she is more than just a trade ship and merchant vessel. Would you be... I find that people of opportunity often stick together. As such, I wanted to ask about if you had any interest in joining endeavors, in aligning our interests with a bit more formality. And also if you think any of the rest of your group might as well."
That's a good question. The sea, at sea, you can reach many places. You can. It's a worldwide effort. Would I have my own ship?
Well, it's not a place for new opportunists to start, to be sure. But you would definitely have a place among the crew here, as well as the ability to travel. You would not need to stay with the ship, but you would be a member of the greater crew.
What is this greater crew?
I'm sure you have heard of them. I'm sure that someone of your talent would deeply fit in and find much opportunity with the revelry.
real quick. I got to step away, but I'll be listening in.
The revelry, you say?
Yes.
What do I actually know about them?
Roll an intelligence check. What's your background with Robin? by the way?
Criminal.
Okay. Roll with advantage.
Excellent. Good. Gonna need it. 17.
Okay. You know the revelry is basically the loose affiliation of many pirate crews across the Lucidian Ocean. In fact, they have their own island or chain of islands that are kind of make a fortress that they often dock at outside of the law. And they are, which is called Dark Toe. So, Dark Toe used to be something of a shipping area. So basically, like, as most pirates do get their start among, honest sailors, it was a shipping, and trade area that rebelled and became pirates, essentially. So.
I think something of this sort would suit me well, especially with the not quite having to stay with a ship, simply because, look at me.
She kind of chuckles, and says, "Although, didn't you take something? Sorry, out of character. Didn't you take?"
I did. I do have proficiency with vehicles.
Right. Exactly. So she says, "Well, I'm sure a being of your talents may already know some of workings of a ship. We would definitely be better for someone of your talents, but we do need groups and crews to adventure off into other areas at some time."
I think something like that would suit me splendidly.
Mm-hmm. Well, very well. Well, I would offer the invitation to your crew as well, if you think they would be interested.
Honestly, I don't know any of these people. I would say it's only time will tell. So perhaps I'll keep an eye on them, see which ones may want to join and which ones may not. And I would just ask that you do the same in case I miss something.
I will do the same. I will leave you to your rest then.
Thank you. Good evening, Captain.
And I leave.
She gives you a nod, turns around and starts consulting her papers and everything. So, okay, so you leave and go back up to the crow's nest, and you're able to fall asleep. The rest of you have a good night's rest and know nothing of this meeting. So, all right. So you hear a bell soon, and it says, "Wake up, travelers!" And it's the voice of one of the crewmates. He says, "I'm Boerth, and one of the Wavechaser's crew members. It's time to get up. The sun's barely above the horizon, but you can just make out the docks of port through the windows of your cabin. It's past dawn and time to get moving."
Right. Let's go then.
So you hop up and you see Lulu there, who uncurls and does the whole feline, stretch and yawn really big and kind of makes that sound like the the lions will make when they're yawning and stretching. And it's you notice she kind of does this right as the rabbit folk is walking by, and he kind of gives her an eye, and then kind of gives her the eye like, I'm watching you. uh, and so you all make your way out to the deck, and many of the refugees have come out with the dawn light to see this port town, as they many of them are going to debark and try to move along or return home, if as many of them may or may not have been home on the island. So but you see this small port village, not terribly small, but this village is a small settlement. It does look fairly well run, and there's a couple other ships in the harbor there, but it's not overly large. And you do see as the Wavechaser slowly kind of pulls up towards the extended dock. Crews come out with gangplanks, and they're prepared to tie off the ship and throw over the boards to let off passengers and crew alike. So, you find the refugees are the first to leave, and they pack up their few belongings and find go down the gangplank looking for business contacts or whatever. A couple of them nod to you as they leave, saying thank you for helping them get away. One of them comes out and says, "Who's paying attention as the group leaves here?" Okay.
Docs is. I'm probably standing by watching people walk out.
Sure. You're probably standing there, maybe like saying goodbye to all of them. Don't forget the wine company.
Yes.
I do a little bit of
Tico
advertising
Taverns,
as you go.
you'll love it. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Hey, tell them Doc sent you. Get you 10% off.
So they're like, "Oh yes, thank you." One of them thanks you for the tip, and offers you as kind of part of this crew. They kind of see you standing with this group, these friends. This goldfish is the snack of the night, apparently.
I know. I just seen Collins.
And says, because you're the one paying attention to everybody, Docs, he says, "Oh, thank you all for your assistance, and it's not much, but I would like to offer this." And he hands you 5 gold.
Oh, sir, that is not necessary. Do what anyone would do.
But I insist. And he basically puts it in your hand and covers it, and then lets go, and says, if you need anything in town, you be sure to let them know that that old Mr. Williams sent you.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Williams. Be safe out there, sir.
Absolutely. And you see that he, goes on down, and he was a little nicer dressed of the refugees. So he makes his way off, and he's one of the last to leave. You did see the young cleric who is there as well, who is there, says, "Well, if you're ever in the area, feel free to look me up. Glad I could be of service to you, and good luck with your endeavors."
Thank you, sir. And I didn't get your name. What was it?
Yes. My name.
Yes, your name.
What
people call you?
I have to scroll.
Right.
I have to scroll to the top. Let's see.
Lulu, we've subbed him.
Yep, you have. Sorry, that's what you get.
You're fine.
Okay. You see, he says, "Oh, my name is Aurelio."
Oh, well,
And
very nice to meet you.
just as a refresher, you see it's this young alkalite. He has light brown skin and kind of dyed orange shoulder-length hair. You obviously know he was the one that was standing there with you whenever you fought your way on to the ship. And the rest of you were, some of you were healed by him. So he says, "Well, if you ever need me, feel free to look me up. Once again, it was a pleasure, and good luck."
To you as well, Aurelio. Have a great day.
So he heads down the gangplank as well. So. Okay. As you exit the ship, you look about and you see this small port town. And you do know that this mission that Captain Three Earrings has talked you into does require you to... you're going to have to dive down into the ocean. As such, she did task you with finding someone to get you down there. Obviously breathing underwater is not something you all can do naturally. So she sent you off with hopes of finding someone. Roll as you leave. Somebody roll a investigation check.
All right, I can do it.
No,
I've made a
Noah is
couple, so
rolling one as well.
I'll leave it to someone else.
Oh, sorry. I was muted the whole time. I already rolled. Is 22 total.
Jeez.
Okay. Noah,
I
you're
got a plus
muted.
6.
Noah, you're muted.
Man, I pulled the third in. It was an 18 total for me.
Okay, so 18 and 22. So easily enough, you're able to inquire about someone with the ability to help divers. And they quickly point you in the direction of the apothecary. Pretty quickly, you come across a dedicated herbalist who is selling remedies to travelers. And is there to, sell wares among this port town. So you walk in and you see them, and this apothecary is standing there, and he says, "Oh, well, hello, friends. How can I help you today?"
Hello there. I'm Dox. These are my friends.
Hello, Docs. Happy greeting to you.
We need to breathe underwater.
Oh, well, that is interesting.
Just looking around.
Also, I love your setup you have here. How much is
Oh,
it to
thank you
lease
very
something like
much.
this?
Oh, well, I did build this myself quite a while back, so it's
Nice
not
work.
necessarily something to lease.
All right.
Um,
Conversation for another time.
Yeah. So you see, it's this. You do see this person. It's this tall elf, but they have almost like a bluish green skin, almost like you think maybe like an elf that lives in the water or around the water. She says, my name is Aldigan. So,
Aldigan.
and she says, and you said you're looking for water breathing. Is that correct?
Correct, yes.
She says, and how did you come to Broken Bank, if I might ask?
Honestly, it was just kind of a complete accident. Our captain asked us where we wanted to go, and we said, might as well go here.
Oh, and who might your captain be?
I'd be captain. I don't remember the captain's name.
Yeah, three
Three
earrings.
guy.
Three
Yeah,
rings?
3 earrings.
Three
Guy,
earrings is her
3
name.
earrings.
Oh, that's her
And-
name.
That's her name. Captain
Okay,
Three
cool.
Earrings. She says, "Oh, well, my goodness. Very well then. If you're with Captain Three Earrings, then by all means, I would be happy to help a friend. You said you need potions of water breathing, then.
Yes.
Well, if that's the case, then by all means, there is a friend's discount.
Oh,
Oh, excellent.
good.
Does it happen to work on a lion? I don't think Lulu's gonna like the water part anyway, but
Well, you could work on any creature or being who travels in the water.
no. I still don't
Okay.
think she's a fan.
Well, not all are, but once you get used to it, it's not too much.
All right.
I still don't think we're a fan of her.
Oh, that's not very nice.
Mm.
Okay, so
So how much
She
are
says-
these water breathing potions?
yes, well, normally they are 80 gold. So I will gladly sell you them for 40 gold.
How many of them for 40 gold?
That is one. But I do have quite a number of them.
I'm not sure how much gold I'm supposed to have, but I don't have that much.
Okay. She says, "Well, if you were needing some assistance
Robin,
with that,
I can cover you, Robin.
How much gold do you have?
Well, I have a decent amount where I was set up to to make change and such. I don't really need to make change at the moment though. But
Yeah, what
I'm
are
typically
we
pretty
supposed to
trusting,
have?
but
'Cause I
saying the
have
exact number doesn't seem like a great idea.
will say, because this is a side campaign and I gave you no instructions to begin with, that you all have at least 50 gold.
Okay, cool.
Alright, that works.
Can
Jeff,
I
you have-
80 gold.
Sure.
Okay. I'm gonna take 80 gold and buy me and my brother's potion.
Okay.
Okay.
So I just added all that gold, so now I can go back and
And
subtract.
delete
There you
it out.
So say Jeff, you have whatever gold you have plus 50.
Oh, dope.
So
I had 15.
so then
Can I
minus
have-
40. You can have 15 plus 50, sure.
Sweet. All right. Let's just
Seth
get
is
into
like,
this.
Says like, yeah, just buy
Hey,
the potions,
just
guys.
buy the potions, guys. Like I said, we do what we want. So
I'm gonna go ahead and get
DM.
my potion for my brother and just
little retcon.
put it in my
so
put it in my robe. Thank
so you all now have a potion of water breathing, and I will say that you do need to buy 2 if you want one for Lulu.
All right, I'll get one.
So
I'll buy 2. I mean,
perfect, and you should be able to search that and add it to your inventory. So potion of water breathing. So you can breathe underwater for 1 hour after drinking the potion.
There it is. Okay.
Okay. And she says, "Please do give Captain Three Earrings my regards."
yes, absolutely.
Is there anyone, while I'm here, is there anyone that's not quite so friendly with Captain Three Earrings on this island?
On the island, well, right now you're on just off the coast on a village.
In this
Yes.
coast.
Yes. Well, I mean, she tends to steer clear of the Clovis Concord, but as far as people who aren't friends with her, I don't know of anyone who are friends with her, so I don't know if that could quite answer your question.
That's enough information. That's all I needed to know. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, sure.
I'm done. I haven't said anything. I went right to my brother and I let
Okay.
him make the deals, and I'm just kind of standing behind him.
Perfect. So once you've secured these, you're able to make your way back to the ship. You do see, they've taken on a few more supplies, and Captain Threa says, "Are you prepared?"
Oh yes, we made a new friend.
Very good, very good. I hope they were able to accommodate you.
Yes, they said you owe them some money. We put it on your tab.
I quite doubt it.
Wait, was that
I don't
an
have
option?
anyone here that owes me money. I have a few people that owe me their life, but not their money.
No.
And I asked around. I suppose I could have asked you this, but the Clovis Concord, we're not strictly friends with them, are we?
Are you asking the DM or are you asking her?
I'm asking her.
Oh, okay. She would say, well, they serve a purpose, but I prefer to deal with others.
I'm kind of like, the question that I'm asking without asking is like, can I steal from them? And I'm kind of trying to look at her and like.
So you would know the Clovis Concord is what goes for government in this region. And the Clovis Concord would also be the militia, police, whatever.
So yes.
So yes, all right, got it.
I mean,
tax the
they're kind of
businesses?
on the lookout for such stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
If they're the government, do they do like taxes? and
you
such?
do you. They would probably not so much do taxes in the same way as like the Empire does taxes.
Mhm. Okay.
It is
Just trying to figure out.
it is a
Dox's
trade town,
relationship.
but
Why, Docs? Is your master needing you to pay his taxes?
Docs would probably be
Just
familiar
wondering
with
if I
them.
would like them or not.
I mean, Doc seems like he probably likes everybody
I do.
at this point.
But if they take my money, I
So-
don't like that.
You would not have had a bad experience with them. No,
Okay.
they typically, so they're the Clovis Concord. Like I said, that's who they are. But there's the individuals who are kind of the military police. They're called the Zalezo, and like I said, they're more. They're kind of like military police, but they're not necessarily like. It's not the same as a city. In the Empire, where the guards are looking out for criminal activity. They typically are more just on the lookout for, like truly kind of like bad crime to thing. I mean, they're strict when they need to be, but they're not like, this is things your character would know.
All right.
So, yeah. So anyway. So yeah, so she's once again she says, "Well, very well. If you are ready, we are about to embark on a great adventure for life. Risking life and limb, but for a sense of treasure and glory.
Maybe not that much life and limb.
This is my first adventure. Should I be scared?
Oh,
I am.
absolutely not. You are with this great group of adventurers. But they
Bunny. He was
people-
covered in blood.
the
They
bunny's
seem
there.
lovely.
Yeah. Doc has no idea. But the bunny, yes, is there as well, and he's like, Brutus says, yes. Brutus is ready for adventure.
Oh.
What's a weird animal?
You're the weird animal.
I just reach out and go to like pet him right on his head.
He hops away before you can touch him.
You can pet me.
Jot down some notes. I wouldn't touch the help, and I just walk off.
I think he's coming around, Lula. Thanks my lion's name.
Lulu.
Lulu, Lord.
Did you just
He said,
ask
"What's
him
my
what your
lion's name?"
lion's
Yes.
name is?
What's my lion's name? It's okay.
What's the
so yeah.
fictitious pet that I came up with and
Yeah,
named?
dude.
What's its name?
So you push off from this port, and you start heading towards the open sea. As you are sailing, you do see the ship's navigator, someone you knew of named Kajori, shouts out a warning as another ship emerges from behind a tall rock formation and is moving to intercept. So,
Okay, I immediately will slap my chest and cast mage armor on myself.
okay. So you
What was that?
you see this ship. Like I said, they all of a sudden are on an intercept course with you. You see painted on the name this, or painted on the side, this name that says Moonbeam, and it has a multitude of flying colors. That somebody roll a intelligence check
I'll look at it.
Oh,
or history.
Oh, good. No, go ahead. You do.
Look, guys, more friends.
it was a 14.
Okay, it's enough to know this is a ship of the Clovis Concord, the government of the Menagerie Coast. It's slightly smaller than the Wavechaser, but it is gaining on them rapidly. The Moonbeam is on the hunt for. Looks like they're on the hunt, trying to catch you.
Did one of you? And I look for Robin. Bird. Did you have your hands in one of their pockets?
You wouldn't know. I don't steal things from people. What are you
Um,
talking about?
Roll a.
I mean, I was watching when you tried to steal from
Oh, you just saw me
From
standing
the-
back there.
the Gabold.
Yeah.
What?
If you rolled that 9,
tried to
we
steal
all
from
saw
me?
you.
I offered to pay for your stuff.
So
Very nice.
you see Captain 3 Years stands up and says, looks like the Concord has an issue with us going after this treasure.
Who
Maybe they
talked?
just want to
Who
talk.
said anything?
Well, they are maybe the what passes for the government in these areas, but they take their fair share, I'll tell you that much.
Do we have to split it in fourths now?
Absolutely not. We're not going to let them come after us. So,
Okay.
we'll have to make sure that they can't follow us.
Okay.
So, with that, she starts commanding the crew, and you can tell they start preparing for battle. You see the crew starts to pull out some ballistas and arm them. You see the Moonbeam takes about 10 minutes to intercept the Wavechaser, slowly gaining on the ship. But the crew has time to get on their armor. They get their weapons ready, and like I said, they get ready to come on board the ship.
As a defensive posture, I'm gonna take a step behind my brother and just kind of make sure my brother's between me and the threat at all times. I'm just gonna kind of stay in his shadow, essentially, as the vessel approaches the our boat.
Do I see any barrels of oil on the deck by chance?
On the ship that you're on, or on the other ship?
The ship I'm on.
Make a perception check.
All right.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a 16.
Okay. You don't see any barrels of oil. Not on the deck, at least. Most
Okay.
barrels that are up here are hold other things, but mostly things for the running of the ship. So things that might contain oil would probably be below if they have them. So as they get closer, you see there is a boarding party that looks set to swing over aboard the vessel. And they say, "In the name of the laws of the Clovis Concord, surrender your vessel peacefully, or we shall take her."
As they start making those threats, my eyes just kind of light up with the fires that are inside.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
take my
somebody's-
javelin.
I don't think they want to talk.
Yeah.
You hear Captain Three Earrings shout back, "The Wavechaser is not a vessel to be taken. There is nothing. There has been nothing done, and you cannot take her without expecting some sort of fight." Go ahead.
He finishes saying that. I'm gonna take a javelin and throw it at the other guy who was talking.
Okay. All right. So
That's my
the ships
brother.
are side by side now at this point, and these crews are getting ready to take it off. What's the range on the javelin throw?
30 foot, without disadvantage, 120 width.
Okay. So do you try to throw it beforehand, or do you wait till it gets within range?
I wait for him to get within range.
Okay.
Well, within, like, I kind of want to do it relatively quickly after he's
Sure,
talking
sure.
to kind of like answer his question
Okay.
for him.
Yeah, so like he's shouting back and forth with 3 Ears at this point, and you hear, their exchange going back and forth, and she says, and you do see this person that is shouting back at you. It looks like you do see that it's what looks to be some sort of captain. It's a very like princely, like brightly colored, dressed, pale-skinned male half-elf. As you can see, the rest of the crew on this other ship, the Clovis Concord, they all seem to be very brightly colored in their dress, but it's still somewhat of a uniform. So they get within 30 feet, and you throw your javelin at them. So make a attack roll. Sorry, mind blanked.
Okay, that is going to be 18.
Okay, so that does hit.
All right. And that's going to be 7 damage.
Awesome. Okay, so you throw your javelin, and as he's shouting back and forth 3 Ears, you see this javelin streak out from the side and hit the captain, and you see him reel for a second, and he leans on the wheel and actually kind of makes the ship go further, outside of the 30-foot range again for just a quick moment. So you see, after recovering from this, he pulls hard on it and almost comes in careening like he's going to run into the ship, but he doesn't. He corrects it, and the crew from his ship leaps over on these ropes and immediately engages with the crew of the Wavechaser. With dropping directly in front of you, however, is this captain, as well as 2 of his compatriots. Roll for initiative.
Now, as they're jumping over, can I throw a firebolt at their sails, try to catch them on fire?
Yeah, I mean, you could take that as in your first round, as
Okay.
they're jumping over. So
All right.
Oh, nice. Be a 22.
Curse of
Zero
initiative
initiative.
follows me. Oh.
Doesn't
Does it,
change for
Colin?
me.
It does. It has followed me. It's an 11 for me.
oh, hold on.
I got an 18, but I have nothing to add to it, so I just get 18.
It's
It's
really
3
bad.
for me.
Come on.
No dexterity whatsoever.
It's a 3 for me, and I got to add 2.
What? I need you in front of me, not behind me.
I am in front of you.
And now. All right, I need it. I'll just stay behind you though.
Okay. And then let's see.
For my bonus action of my surprise round, can I go ahead and rage?
You don't get a bonus action for your surprise round.
I
You got one
tried.
bonus.
I tried.
Yeah.
I tried.
He's like, I'm trying to rage before everybody gets their turn in.
Yeah. Before I start taking damage.
Yes. Okay. Sorry. So you get. All right. And then one more. Okay. So. What was your initiative again?
Which one of us?
Anyone.
Mine was a 22.
3.
I think it was
3
11
for Xylon.
I think it was 11 for Robin and 18 for me.
Okay.
Are they on Owlbear? Did you put people on Owlbear?
I have not yet.
Oh, okay.
We're actually probably just gonna play this Theater of the Mind here.
Okay, that works.
So
then.
you're all on the deck of the ship. In fact, around you, you've got kind of in the upper portions in the middle, you've got the crews from both ships fighting it out. You've got the captain, who is Captain 3 Years, is taking shots with a hand crossbow from up on deck, guarding the pilot of the Wavechaser. And they're shooting also at the pilot of the Moonbeam over here, which leaves you all as the party facing the captain of the Moonbeam, as well as 3 of his compatriots.
So they all jumped in together on one spot of the deck, right?
Yeah, and you're basically facing them. You see, as they jump over, you see the rabbit folk just go into this frenzied rage. It's like, Brutus Maximus will have his day, and he leaps and jumps across to the other ship. And you just see this commotion as he's just like running around like crazy. You hear people screaming. You hear all of this fighting and these like swords hitting back and forth. You have no idea what's going on over there. But in the meantime, the Docs actually has the foresight to is prepared to go first.
Okay,
So-
the people that came over on to our boat, how far away are they?
They land. They're within like probably 10, 15 feet.
Okay. All right, that works.
You're not on a large ship, but they're so they're landing within 20 feet max kind of thing.
Okay. All right. So immediately after. I see,
Hold
like,
on.
the
Sorry,
giant-
you guys are in Albert, right? I mean, you can see the ship. It's only
Mm-hmm.
It's only 25 feet across, so
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right.
I will show
so-
the ship as well on the stream, just for those following along. But we're not actively doing combat on there, so.
All right. So did what did the bunny jump over? Was his turn before mine?
Yes.
What else? I don't know what else happened like in between mine and the initial javelin throw.
You're first. The javelin throw was kind of a pre-shot.
Okay, yeah. So, like when the javelin goes through, that was like, Dox is like, okay, it's happening, and like adrenaline kicks in, and
Yeah,
so he knocks an arrow and releases one at the captain, the same one who
Okay.
the javelin hit.
So it kind of happens like, mid-flight as he's swinging across on here. You see this captain, this this elf in this very flamboyant, colorful attire of the Clovis Concord land on the deck, but as he's swinging, you fire at him and roll for your attack.
Be 22 to hit.
Absolutely, that hits.
And 5 damage.
Okay. I'm sorry. Noah, how much damage did you do earlier? 11 or 9?
7.
7. Okay.
7.
Sorry, I didn't have the encounter up yet.
You're good.
And then how much did you do?
5.
5. Just 5. Okay. Okay.
And then for my bonus action, since they're kind of rushing at us, I let out a
Sure.
draconic roar.
Awesome.
And so all of them that is within the 10 feet to me, so whichever ones came over, all of our allies now have advantage on attack rolls against them.
Yeah. Feeling a little better about this little guy now,
because
huh?
I'm picturing his little draconic.
Yeah, it's not a very
roars,
intimidating roar, but it's like,
so it's more like a whale and it runs.
It's an inspiring roar. So
yeah.
it's he dug it up from the depths of his soul, and it was more
It's
dragon-like
deep
than you
within the
thought. It's all from within the belly. All right, so everyone else gets advantage on attack rolls. Next, we do have one of the Clovis Concord fighters that comes across, and they land and have there's a scimitar ready, and they do make an attack against probably Xylon, who's probably in the front, I would assume.
Yeah.
I would say that you said that we could see the ship coming for about 10 minutes. I was probably getting up in the crow's nest by then.
Sure, absolutely. Okay, so makes an attack against you, Xylon. Let's see. No, so he comes at you and it kind of lands awkwardly on the deck and swings his scimitar, but does miss you as his slashing blade passes harmlessly by you. It is now Exium's turn.
Right, so
Robin, you're on deck.
They're all still kind of bunched up next to each other, right?
Yeah, you're probably arrayed. Like they're all probably with, like maybe like there's two on one side and 2 on the other.
So So there's 4 total that have come over.
Yes.
All right. Would they all be within a 15-foot cone? In front
You could probably get 2 of them.
All right, and what I will do instead, I will shoot a ice knife at one of them that's standing next to his buddy, not the ones next to my brother, the other pair. I will throw an ice knife at the gentleman there, that level 1, at the other pair that's away from my brother.
Okay, go for it.
13, 19 total.
Okay, yeah, that hits.
Okay, so 1d10 to him, and then what is it? The one that's next to him, I'm guessing, is within 5 feet.
Yeah.
Has to succeed on a dexterity saving throw with a dex save of 14, or he takes 2d6 damage.
Okay.
The first guy will take 7 points of piercing damage.
Okay, and the one next to him did succeed. So.
Okay, and he doesn't take any.
But the first one did take damage. You said 7?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so you see, like I said, there's the two that the captain on one side with kind of an underling next to him, and then maybe one of his lieutenants on the other side and another underling with him. So you hit the lieutenant.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, so then we have another of the underlings pulls out, has a light crossbow and takes a shot at you, actually.
And me?
Yeah, Axiom.
I'm going to choose to not let him get hit. Just kidding.
That is a 7. So
I had mage armor on anyway, but that didn't even hit my old armor class.
so you know he has this.
It's difficult not to hit a mage. I mean,
Yeah,
really
he
gotta
has
be
this,
working
has
at
this
that.
crossbow and he's just his aim's all off from just landing. So Robin, it's your turn.
With my vehicle proficiency of sea and air, I would know whether or not I could drop their anchor, correct?
You would know it would probably take more than just one person to do.
Okay. Then I am going to whoever is closest to one of my my teammates, like within melee distance, I'm gonna fire arrows at them.
Okay. So let's see. So there is one of the bandits is close to try to swing a sword at Xylon.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot at them with my bow. Short bow. That's a natural 20. I don't even need the advantage.
Very
because
nice.
they're within their 5 feet. I'm gonna get my my sneak attack damage.
Yeah, you are.
Yes.
Sneak attack.
Crit that, sneak attack.
7 damage.
All right. So
Is that
you
with it- Is that with a double?
reach up and you take aim.
Oh, it's not with it doubled.
Oh,
It'll be 14.
yes.
Thank you for the
Okay.
reminder.
So you reach up and you
Sorry,
knock your arrow.
15.
And that's okay. It doesn't matter.
17,
Um,
18 total. Man,
It doesn't matter. How do you take out this underling? This
has he swung?
sailor.
already?
Yeah, he swung his sword at
Okay, so
Xylon.
he's gonna swing his sword, and since I just have this upward angle, I'm just gonna shoot like straight down at his head, like a reverse Legolas, where it like comes out his jaw,
Okay.
and he just drops.
And so then he just like falls down. Okay. All right. Is that it? Any other actions?
I'm gonna
Bonus actions?
use a bonus action to try to hide.
Okay. Roll for
Is this dexterity? Is this stealth?
stealth.
Boy. That's a 16.
Okay. You seem pretty confident. So, I mean, you're up there in the crow's nest. Kind of hard to see up there. But, all right. So next we have, all right. So let's see. We have Xylon and Axiom standing next to each other, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then we have, Vox and Lulu probably over on the side, kind of behind and to their side, kind of in your own little grouping. And then Robin went up to the crow's nest, and the crazy bunny is wreaking havoc on the other ship. So
Oh, he jumped over.
yeah, he jumped over, and all you saw was just like the, wah, kind of thing, and he just jumped over, and you just
Blades
like,
and fur going flying.
you hear people over there going, "Run away, run away! Look at the bones!" So, so the captain reaches out and sees Xylon standing there, and let's see. He has his scimitar in one hand and a dagger in the other, and he's gonna make all of his attacks against you, Xylon.
Good.
He hasn't gotten to go yet.
I can eat it.
Okay. That is a 14.
Misses.
Okay, so his first attack fails to hit you. His second attack comes in for a natural 20.
Misses.
For a 25
Like
total.
ele-
So
At level 1, I have a 45 armor class.
Okay. So he hits you for 10 points of damage with that hit. He
Killed my brother.
do what?
So that would have killed my brother.
I'm taking like a half step back at the side of that hit.
He then comes in to skewer you with his dagger in his offhand, and rolls a 9. So.
Yep.
Batted wide.
Okay. All right, so that's his turn. Next, we have his lieutenant, who is actually going to come take a swing at Little Docs, who is sitting here with his.
Get him,
Little
kitty.
tiger. Get him, kitty. Get him. You don't even know. You don't even know Lulu's name, do you?
I know Lulu's name.
Actually,
For a moment.
hold on. Let me see here. Would he do that?
I would go after the guy who threw an ice knife at him.
Yeah, I think he would actually. That's what I was trying to see there.
Yeah.
Okay. So yes, he is going to go after Exium.
Intimidated him.
Yeah, definitely. But he definitely sees you as the bigger threat. This kobold with a bow, he's not quite so sure of.
Yeah, I'll show you.
Okay. So yes, he comes in swinging with his mace, actually. And let's see. He rolls a natural 20.
Of course he does. This may not be good.
So let's see.
May not
He hits
be
you for
good.
7 points of damage.
That's with the nat 20.
It's a mace. It's not like it's a
Oh,
okay. And then
That hurts.
he has another attack,
My ribs.
and he hits you with a 21. I'm assuming.
absolutely not.
Well, I don't know how much does mage armor have.
It
I'm
only
assuming
gives
not
me
that much.
It gives me a 13. Yeah, it gives me
Oh,
a
okay, okay.
13 plus my dex modifier, which is 0.
Okay, so
Well, I mean, actually, it gives me a 45 armor class.
he
Plus it
then
gives
hits
me
you
like
for
150.
he then hits you for 6 points of damage.
Okay,
So
that hurt, but
let's see. All right, now it is Xylon's turn.
I sadly will have to be going to bed after this. But I'm going to finish my turn. I'm going to rage.
Perfect.
yes.
We won't go too much longer without you.
No.
Can I line up a couple of them while still kind of maintaining like somewhat being in front of my brother?
You could probably get to the two on your left.
Okay, I'm going to cast.
Or no, sorry, you would get the one that you'd get the captain, and then you could probably get the lieutenant.
Yes, good.
Okay,
Cast Burning Hands on him.
perfect.
Is a 13 dex.
Okay,
Uh,
so let's see.
gotta love those fire gymnastics, right?
So the thug made the save,
So they're probably
and
all
the
within
captain
50.
also made the save. So they take
Were
half
they-
damage.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
10. Or
So
sorry,
10
5.
'Cause he killed the-
Five each. Okay,
Yeah. So 10 damage total, half.
okay, okay.
And I would like to range.
Got it.
Like to rage.
Okay. Perfect. All right, so you see Xylon move slightly to the left, getting them in line, and you see him just reach up, do a little symbol in the air, and go, and this torrent of flame hits, hitting the captain and his lieutenant.
Alright.
Okay.
I'm out. I'll see y'all. I'll
Yeah, have
be
a great
watching
night, man.
this tomorrow. How y'all
Alright.
decimate this shit.
I'm about to blow it up.
I'm be disappointed if we don't leave with third ship.
Oh yeah, yeah. The rabbit.
Right.
I was gonna take out the sails, but right now the rabbit I think is killing everything over there. If not himself, he's cutting everything else.
We'll
y'all.
see. We'll see.
Hey, have a good night, man.
I think it's gonna mess everything. It did. It messed everything.
That's okay. No, hold on. I'm
Oh,
gonna
you're
fix it.
bringing the other one in. That's right.
Yeah, I'll fix it. 1 second.
Wasn't he at the station? Does he have to sleep at the station?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Oh, he's on call. Oh. Hey, there it is. The puppies are back. That's what I like picture me and Noah's character as right there.
Yeah, exactly. One big, one small.
That's it.
Makes sense.
I mean,
So-
bigger than everybody else in our party, but
Yep.
one big, one small.
Yep, yep. It, yeah, actually. Well, in theory, Kokra, how big are you?
I would say he's
4'5"
probably my
inches.
size.
'Kay.
Oh, he's a little bit shorter than I am then.
Okay, so we do go back up to the top, and Dox, it is your turn.
Okay, who all's left?
Remember, you can have Lulu attack with a bonus action.
You've got, I think, the one guy all by himself over there now that was next to the lieutenant.
So
with the
no,
crossbow.
so the captain is by himself, and then but
Oh,
Xylon,
I thought the captain was next.
the captain is next to Xylon.
the
Xylon
lieutenant just moved
Xylon turned and kind of got at an angle where he could get the lieutenant, who is 10 feet away from the captain, but Burning Hands is a 15 feet cone, I believe.
Right. Okay. Yeah, it's 15 feet cone.
So he's able to get both of them, and then there is another sailor on the other side of the lieutenant.
All right. I guess at this point I'm going to aim up
Okay.
again, or I'm going to aim up at the one that attacked Exium with my longbow.
The
Take a
lieutenant.
shot at him. Is it the lieutenant?
Mhm.
Then I'll aim up and take a shot at him.
As the lieutenant.
Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
That'll be a natural 20.
Ooh, nice.
Oh.
Where were all these?
Maybe not.
20s
Maybe
in our
not. Maybe
main
not. Maybe it was a
campaign?
14. But
How
on
about it
my
was a
screen?
14 with a 7?
Yeah,
I was
on
like-
my screen it was on a 20, but then the little pop-up said 14 plus 7. So all right.
I was like,
14.
does he really only have +1 to attack? I was like, that's
No,
that's
no.
bad.
Okay, 21.
Okay. Roll for damage.
8 damage.
Okay. That's good.
Chunk him. That's okay. I'm about to
And then
blast
my
him
bonus
off of
action,
this
I'll send Lulu to attack him.
Okay. So you want to
Go
roll
get him.
pounce? You want her to
Mhm.
pounce, or do you want? What do you want her to do? You just
Yeah,
want to go to.
roundhouse.
Oh, say, because you're taking control of her basically at this point. So,
Okay.
let's see. I don't have her on here, but roll. So she shares your initiative. Okay.
Okay.
But what you would do is you would just need to pull up the lion's stats and either if she's going to do pounce, then I think I have to do that as a strength save, or you can have her rush forward and do a bite or claw attack.
I do want her to do a pounce. I want to get him away from Exy.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah. All right. I pulled up the stats now.
I'm about to toast these
Lulu,
guys.
pounce.
Okay. So as you command, Lulu pounces on the lieutenant, and he must make a strength save, I believe.
Mhm.
Okay. Ooh, that is a fail. That is an 8. So what does that mean? I believe, is he knocked prone?
He gets knocked prone. Yeah.
Perfect.
And then she can make a bite attack on him if he's knocked prone.
Awesome. Go ahead and roll for your bite attack.
All right. What is that? What damage dice?
Do you have the line up or no?
Oh yeah, I do. I just said that. I got this. Okay. D8 plus 3. I'll roll the two.
Jeez, that's third and right there.
Yeah, that would be 9 damage.
Awesome. Well, did you roll to? You have to roll to attack though. First.
Does he get advantage because he's prone?
Yes.
Oh. Oh, we got.
So
oh,
roll.
I got to roll.
So yeah, you have to
roll.
roll for the attack first. So.
Gotcha. All right.
But you have advantage.
Yep.
Good. Okay.
You
The
don't- you don't
16.
need it.
Okay. Yeah, that hits.
I'm gonna roll that advantage in case it's a nat 20, and then I get crit. Okay, got it.
Okay.
All right. Then do I just go off the D8 already rolled?
That's fine. How much was it?
9.
9. All right. So yeah, she pounces and just knocks him prone, landing on his chest, and just bites down on him. She takes a big chunk off of him. Going after him. You know, she's probably about the same size as he is.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. So okay,
That
next
girl.
Now,
is
It's probably-
the one. Sorry, hold on.
I think we killed the thug that went in between us. It was the one that attacked my brother.
Yep. That's the one. Now, Zion, it's your turn.
Okay. Do you think that if I shot a 30-foot, 5-foot wide beam, I could hit all of them? Could I line them up? Even if I have to shoot it in between them, they'd still get hit in the 5 feet.
There's probably not, because 2 of them are.
Okay, could I step to the side then and line up the lieutenant and the captain?
Yes. Yeah. Easy
And obviously,
enough.
the end of my beam would shoot off the railing. I'm guessing.
I will say, because basically you, it's like, here, just to give you somewhat of an idea,
Okay.
it would be like, you know, if you were here and your brother was here, okay, next to you, and then the captain was here facing your brother, and then the lieutenant was here. Wait, come on. Oh.
Okay.
So if the lieutenant was here, your brother had just done this to get them in a cone, right?
Right. Okay. Now,
So
can I take?
so you could, so he's not directly by them, but he is kind of like right here. So yeah, you could probably move here. Now I will say you'll probably get an attack of opportunity from the captain in order to get them both in a line, because you're not leaving melee range with the.
Okay. What if I spin around the back of my brother to do it? Does the prone guy still get an attack of opportunity?
No. He would, maybe with disadvantage.
Okay.
Like,
Okay,
yeah.
I'll do that then. I'll spin around by my brother, line up. Even if I line my brother up and the two of them.
Well, so
and-
you're trying to get back here, roughly?
Well, behind like right in like this area, so I can
Okay.
line them up.
So here's the thing. You are within melee of this captain.
Wait, it didn't.
Right there.
Didn't X?
Now-
Did you have Exium here or Xylon here?
So I made Austin Xylon there.
Yeah. Okay.
So-
he didn't
so
get
this is-
directly in the
so
line
that's
with them.
Xylon.
Okay.
So no, he didn't get directly in line with them. He got to where he could hit them in a cone and not hit you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
And-
right now, if I shot it like at the captain, the lieutenant would still be within that 5 feet.
Because how wide is it? Well,
5 feet wide.
it basically just means it's one line. So it means
Right.
it's one
What
square.
if
So
I-
if you're hitting
yeah, what
one,
if I
you're not
just
going to hit
shoot-
anyone. You're not going to hit anyone to the left or right.
Okay, can I shoot it in between them? That should hit them both, right?
It's not really going to. It's not really going to
I mean,
clip
if he's
like
within,
clip the
if he's
two
within
squares.
5 feet, if they're both within 5 feet of me, I should.
Well, think about it as if they're in two 5-foot squares. Technically, it's 10 feet from end of this square to end of this square. So they could
Right,
theoretically be separated by 10 feet or 8 feet or so. So basically, though, in combat, you're trying to hit the center of that square. So you would be hitting the center of the captain's square and not hitting the lieutenant.
You know what? That's fine. That's fine. I'll go around to the top and come up right here on top of the lieutenant.
Okay.
And I just shoot straight down across them.
And just take the opportunity attack.
Yep. That's fine.
Okay. He rolls an 11.
That does not hit.
Perfect. Okay, so you make it without getting away,
Yes.
and you're gonna do this. You kind
gonna-
of like crouch a little bit, so you get the prone guy as well.
And
You don't
I
have
No
disadvantage.
idea how to say that.
No, you don't have advantage on it, but you don't have disadvantage because you're right next to him.
That's okay. It's a spell. I don't have to roll for anything. I
So-
have to make. And because he's prone, automatically fails saving throws. Correct. Dex
Um,
saving throws.
Well, now you've stumped me. It has disadvantage.
Okay.
It's not an automatic failure though.
I don't know how to. I don't know how to say this, but it's Agonazar's Scorcher,
Okay.
which is a line of roaring flame, 30 feet long, 5 feet wide, in a direction I choose. Each creature in the line must make a Dex saving throw, but because of my specialty, I am going to go ahead because I know his cat Lulu is near the lieutenant. So because I am my
Oh right, you
arcane
can just
tradition is
you can
evocation, I can sculpt spells, which means
nice.
that I can choose, because it is a second level spell, I can choose 2 people not to take any damage whatsoever.
Awesome.
And that would be the cat and my brother. And
Perfect.
I'm going to shoot that spell. It is a second level. Let's see. They have to make a Dex saving throw of 14 to take half damage or take full damage of 3d8.
That is a failure on the prone person. And then the captain also fails.
14 plus 8, 22 damage.
Ooh,
there.
nice. Okay, so you as you kind of kneel and do this, you motion with your hands and release this scorching ray.
Dragon Ball Z.
You sense that the ray just melts the top half of the person who's prone. They're not getting back up. The captain takes it full in the shoulder, but kind of dodges at the last second. He still takes the brunt of it, but he's looking hurt. He's got like a burn marks all up and down the side of him, but he's still standing there.
And then I'm going to make sure, let's see, I don't have anybody around me at this moment, right?
Nope, you're 5 feet away from the captain. So
Okay,
or
would
10
I
feet
be
away.
able to, with whatever I have left of my movement speed, which is 30. Let's see, I moved 5 up to get up there. Can I circle back around and get to like the side of my brother over here?
Yeah, you could get behind him easy enough. So
Okay.
okay. Next we have the remaining sailor, who's by himself, is going to see what's going on and see you, and he's going to shoot his light crossbow at you because he was
me?
very intimidated by that display of firepower. He rolls a 15.
That hits.
Okay. And he is going to do 8 points of damage.
Very well. Very well. Axiom is looking rough. Not gonna lie. This is not Thurden, guys.
You do have a potion.
Oh, yeah,
that you
I
could
know.
use.
Yeah, it takes an action to use it. Right, or is it a bonus action?
It's a bonus action. But it's not your turn.
Crap, I
So,
I should have done that on my turn.
Robin, it's your turn.
Excellent. Are there any more enemies near any of my comrades, or are they all out?
Just the captain. He is still in front of Xylon.
So he's still within 5 feet. Excellent.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna shoot it in.
Perfect.
Perfect. Come on. That's a 17 plus 5.
That hits.
I'm pretty sure that's gonna hit. So I'll take my 3d6 plus 3 damage.
Get it.
That one's off. 14 damage.
Okay, yeah. All right, so you fire your bow and you hear the twang as it comes down and it hits him in the top of the shoulder, sticking up right here next to his face. He's looking pretty hurt.
Excellent.
Next to his face.
Okay.
I think that's all I can do right now.
Okay, awesome. Well, it is his turn. And he is going to make some attacks. So,
Does he have to burn an action to get back up?
It's half
Is he
his
the one?
movement.
Is he the one?
he's not
prone?
he's not on the ground. No.
Oh, okay. Is that typically how that prone works, though? They have to use an action to stand
Ha-
up.
They don't use an action, they have to use half their movement speed.
Okay.
Yep.
Got it.
Okay. So he is still engaged with Xylon here, but he sees the danger of this, wizard or sorcerer or whoever. He's not sure over here. So he is going to he sees that you're struggling, and he's actually going to take the possible opportunity attack from Xylon and try to put you down. So let's see. Xylon is going to roll, and let me make sure I have Xylon's stuff up
Put
here.
it down. Put it down. Put him down, brother. Put him down.
He's going to roll an attack with his great axe.
Ooh.
He got 21, so he got a hit. And he hit him for 9 points.
Take it.
So your brother, in an attempt to stop him from hitting you, he does hit him with a mighty blow from his great axe. However, he does get over to you and makes melee attacks. That is a 17.
That hits. Don't say it with a plural. I'm going down here, guys.
He hits you for 6 points of damage.
And I am down.
Okay. So he comes over and he swings at you once, and then he turns and he jumps back to make 2 more attacks at Xylon himself.
He's not going to attack me while I'm down.
How much damage did Xylon have, by the way?
That's a good question. I don't think we know.
I'm refreshing. Oh, never mind. I see it. He took 10 points. He took 10 points.
Mhm.
So, okay. So then he will.
What is this? I'm seeing a new screen. Death saves. Ooh.
We don't like that screen. Let's
don't
not
like
see that
that.
screen.
Thirdon doesn't see that screen. I don't know what's going on over here.
Not that. Okay. He is going to try to attack Xylon. He misses when he returns with his scimitar. And then he does hit with his dagger, doing 4 points of damage to Xylon. So much to this barbarian. Oh, no, actually, that's 2 points because he's raging.
Yes.
So half damage. Okay. With that, he finishes, and Xylon takes his turn and sees his brother fall, and in a great rage makes an attack with his great axe, rolling an 18, who then swings a mighty blow and chops off the head of the captain. With his remaining let's see, he only has one attack. So with that, he sees his brother on the ground. He says, "Brother!" And he rushes to you, but he doesn't have an action, so he can't feed you a potion or anything. So with that, we are to docks.
All right. Any enemies still up?
Just one sailor by himself.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna run over to Exium at this point.
I was gonna say he does seem pretty scared at this point. You're gonna run over to Exium.
Yeah,
Perfect.
yeah.
Okay.
I'll run over to Exium at this point. I probably don't have to kneel down very far, but I'll kneel down next to him, place a hand on his chest, and say, "Thank you for sparing Lulu," and I'll cast Cure Wounds. That should be
All
good,
right.
right?
Roll for
those are
healing.
for 10.
Nice.
Okay, so where do I put that? Do I put that in the healing box? And it's just
So
bring me back
same
to life?
box. Yeah, same box. Just type in 10 and then hit heal instead of damage. Boom. And he just brought you up like half health almost.
Yeah, that pretty much is. 13 is half.
That was a great heal for a ranger.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? We didn't
And
need
then,
a healer. We were getting one later. Anyway.
Right, you know.
He didn't get out of healing.
Well, hey, he did take the his dragon descendancy gives him that cure wounds without
Yeah.
using a spell slot.
Yeah.
So
So there we go.
Holy cow.
And then my bonus action, as I'm still down, I look at that last sailor, and I say, "Lulu, bite!"
all right, so Lulu runs over and takes a big bite. Roll for Lulu's attack.
I'm gonna finish this dude off if you don't kill him. With that.
Oh man, yeah, it's gonna be a
I'm
4.
so mad I died. Oof.
Okay, so yeah, unfortunately, Lulu, seeing you run off, kind of is distracted for a second, and she goes to bite, and he jumps back really quickly. All right, Exium, it's your turn.
Oh, I'm gonna just go ahead, just destroy this dude.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with a level 2
Ooh.
witch bolt.
All right, let's have it. Roll for attack.
14, 20, dirty 20,
Okay.
and that is 2d12. 12 plus 17 points of damage.
Nice. So you fire this witch bolt, and it goes in, kind of curves over Lulu and just hits him. And you see this beam of crackling blue energy that lances out towards him, and this arc kind of hits him, and it just kind of keeps hitting him, and you just see him just kind of like and like disintegrate. he is gone. So
And then the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab my potion and then chug that sucker.
okay, with that, you see the rabid rabbit, who is once again covered in blood, emerge
He's back.
from the other side, from the other ship, and you see them. You see finally one burly sailor who is covered in blood. You know, just like he's like on his last leg, and he picks up this like crazy rabbit, and he's got this crazy thing in his eye, and he throws him back onto the other boat, and then they start veering off.
I'm
to
gonna burn their
leave.
sails if they're leaving.
We'll say you get one shot at it. Make a
Fire.
attack. Make an attack roll with your firebolt.
13 plus 6, 19.
Okay, you do manage to catch one of the upper sails on fire. However, the crew, as they are veering off to escape, look like they probably get it put out. But
They just know.
And it
They
should be
just
noted
know.
that whenever Doc sees this, his eyes just kind of light up, and he calls Luna back to him.
okay, so you all have repelled the borders, and you are sitting on the deck in the aftermath of battle, and Captain Three Earrings is there, and she's holding a long sword, and it's got a little blood on as well. She's been fighting, and you see the crew has repelled all the rest of the borders. There was a couple that had made their way back, but they all got away, and they say, "Look at you," and she says, "Well, it looks like we might make a proper crew of you yet." And she says to all the rest of you, she says, "With that, I think you all have earned a place in the revelry."
What's that? No worries. I'm happy
Oh,
to be
it's
here.
only the best family of buccaneers and sailors this side of the continent.
I'm just checking at the rips that are now in my robe, and I'm just. Whatever.
Yeah. See, he's still chipper.
Well,
All right.
I think we've cast off our pursuers. I think we can move on to our goals.
Yes.
And she says, let's have a round for the crew. And you see the rest of the crew are like, huzzah! And they bring out, some casks of ale, and they bring out some food and start passing it around as you guys sit there with them, kind of resting as the sun continues to set all the way, knowing that within the next couple of days you'll be arriving at the Abyss Trench to go in search of treasure. And with that,
Right.
we will end tonight's session.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Oh man.
So yeah, thank you all viewers for hanging out. Thank you guys for playing. How did everyone enjoy it?
It's always fun.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I had a
Always
great
Yeah.
time.
It's much less brutal than the last time I had a ship battle with Noah as my DM.
Well, I was trying to truncate combat a little bit, so but it's all good. It's all good. I think I still just love the kobold. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm
really happy with Doc.
I helped him make docs today, and
Yeah.
I'm very excited to see him again in the future.
Yes,
So
me too. I mean,
he has some really cool abilities, guys. I'm
Yeah.
just saying. So
See, at this point, he hasn't discovered them though. Like he's still
Yeah,
just
I know.
a virgin.
He's
I
still
know
learning.
if you meet Thurston's not going to have a very, very high.
Well, right
character.
now, you know,
He's
you're on the
already
other side of
killed-
the
he's already-
continent.
He's already almost killed, or may not have killed one
Listen,
of the guys.
we don't even know if we're in the same timeline.
You don't know.
Well, he said there was a chance we could
Are you,
end up.
are you talking about cousin Script? We've missed him.
Oh Jesus!
Uh,
Even worse, it's his cousin. That
So-
explains so
Oh.
much.
Yes.
Well, thank you all for joining us. Thank you for listening on the podcast or watching the VOD. If you get a chance, definitely watch the VOD on this one. It's fun. And, you know, you get to see Noah pop in and out. Like I said, this is Hearth and Hammer Adventures, which is our little side campaign for when we have one of our party members who are absent. We may also use the Hearth and Hammer Adventures for maybe some other one-shots and stuff later down the line. Maybe
Yeah.
a guest DM or anything.
Oh, that would be cool. That would be
Yes,
cool.
yes.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
So
Maybe we'll get a guest character out of White Fox.
maybe so, yeah.
That would be dope.
So, all right. Well, thank you all for joining us. We appreciate you all. We hope you have a fantastic June, because it is now June. And keep your thoughts and prayers with Austin as he feels better, and with Noah as he is working, and with all the rest of us as we go throughout the rest of our week. So we love you, thank you, and God bless.
God bless.